Hey guys, so we're here at the Nwamanzi lookout, which is just outside Olifant's camp, and it's awesome because it's set up on a hill, and it's got this beautiful view of the Olifants River, and we always stop here. We've always stopped here in our Land Rover, and we've always come here for photographs and taken pictures and just sat here and made coffee and that in the past. So while we're here, I thought I would just take the opportunity of doing a walk around. We've had so many people asking us about a walk around, about our truck. So first of all, the truck came about after we came back through Africa, on our trip through Africa, and we went up to Scotland in our Defender. And when we got back to South Africa, Donna and I decided that we wanted to go a little bit bigger and a little bit more luxurious. And so we started exploring the idea of doing a motorhome truck. And eventually we settled on this, and it's turned out to be a bit bigger than we expected and we started out thinking about, but it's awesome and it works so well for us. So basically, if you come and have a look over here from this angle, it was an Isuzu. We bought an Isuzu NPS 300 4x4 truck. It was a double cab, so it was the crew cab that came up to here. And then we took it to AC Motorhomes. AC Motorhomes are, in my opinion, just fantastic motorhome builders. And I did a lot of homework, and we decided on AC Motorhomes. And what they do is they chopped away the double cab, and they built this motorhome on for us exactly the way we designed it, what I wanted outside, what Donna wanted inside. The reason that we bought the double cab, the crew cab, is because otherwise, with the single cab NPS 300, you tilt the cab forward to get to the engine, whereas with this one you actually access it from under the front seat, so you don't have to tilt the cab forward. So that way you can build on here and you can have a walk through from the cab into the camper. Otherwise you can't do it, or you can do it, but you've got to have rubber concertinas and all sorts of things, or a crawl through, and it's not ideal. So that's why we went with the double cab. So just to take you through it, what I've done, let's just start in the front here. Obviously put on the bull bar, put on the spots, awesome big spots, and I went with a 20-ton winch. The reason I went for a 20-ton winch, a lot of people say overboard, but you know, the rule of thumb is with a winch is you need to have something that's got the pulling power of about 3 times the weight of your vehicle, because if your vehicle gets bogged down and you're pulling it out of mud or out of trouble, generally there's going to be a lot more weight attached to it than just the normal rig. So if you've got like a 3-ton rig, once that thing's bogged down, I mean, that can sort of end up to be like a 10-ton load that you're pulling. I don't know the intricacies of it, but that's what it was. So I went with the biggest that I could get, a 20-ton winch, so that if we ever do get bogged down, we will be able to pull ourselves out, and it has helped quite a lot. I've also gone here with this aluminium frame that goes all the way over on the top as well. You can see there, runs right along the length of the top there. And the reason that we put that on was for branch deflecting. So when we're driving in places with big branches and that, you're saving the windscreen, you're saving the sides, and also on the top, you must remember we've got our aircon sitting up there, and we've also got solar panels. So like in places like Gonorrhea, it really saved us because we were driving in like closed-in areas. And even though we still got some scrape marks up top on the solar panels, those railings definitely helped. I've also gone with a guard. I built a guard up there, an aluminium guard, to protect that Fiamma wind out, because that Fiamma awning winds right out to about here, and it's 6 meters long. So it's quite an expensive piece of kit, so I didn't want that damage. I'm not going to wind it out for you now, but it's so easy. It just winds out all the way out and just drops down 2 poles, and it gives us a lot of shade. Right, getting onto the wheels and the tires, what I've done is this came standard with 17.5-inch rims. I know I might be getting a bit technical for some people, but this is just generally, a lot of people have been asking and are interested. So it went with 17-inch rims, but that only allowed us to have the small commercial truck tires, and they didn't look good and they weren't great, and they're not meant for off-roading, they're meant for commercial tire use, road usage. So what I did is I got Neville Liebenberg from NJ Steel in Wadeville in Johannesburg to manufacture strong 17-inch rims for me, and those 17-inch rims now allow us to put on bigger tires, and I've gone with the 37-inch Radar Renegade. massive sidewalls, massive tread, great. It's a what they call an RT, a rugged terrain. So it's in between an all-terrain and a mud terrain tread, which is awesome for us. It looks good, fits the truck well, really performs well, and I'm really happy with them. The reason I went for them, or rather than some of the others, is because of the load rating. You must remember we're carrying a hell of a load here, in excess of 6 tons. So these load rating, and most of that, or not most of that, but more than half of that is carried on the back axle. So you need like a heavy load rating. So I went with these because they've got a 1,950 kg load rating per tire, which works out to about 3.9 tons per axle. That gives you, and we carrying, you know, when we fully loaded, beers in the fridge, stocked up, we probably looking at about 3.6, 3.7 tons just on the back axle. So they've lasted really, really well. We've done 20,000 Ks on them, and I'm really, really happy with them. The nice thing about this truck also is it's got the electronic button inside that you can go from 4x2 into 4x4, but it's also got, you've got to lock the hubs outside here. So you can drive unlocked in 4x4, 4x2 and 4x4 on the road, but if you wanted to do proper 4x4 and you needed to be in 4x4 mode, you've got to lock the hubs. Old school, like the old Land Cruisers, the people that remember the old Land Cruiser locking the hubs, but I enjoy it and it works really well. We've used it extensively in 4x4. We got stuck in Gonorrhea, we got stuck in the salt pans, we've been stuck in Savuti, we've been stuck in some thick sand on the west coast. We got stuck, and let me tell you, this 4x4 works. This is a strong 4x4 truck. All my friends with Defenders and Cruisers have been really impressed with it. So, and I'm impressed with it. I'm an ex-Defender driver, and I've always been impressed with the 4x4 capabilities of a Defender. But this has really impressed me for the size and the weight that this carries. It's an awesome truck. It's a strong truck. Okay, so if we come here, also we're inside. Donna's going to do a walk through inside the truck where she'll show you exactly what she's done, and she's done a magnificent job inside. For all those ladies that thinking that camping is rough and tough, believe me, you're in for a treat when Donna shows you the walk around inside. It's got absolutely everything. Not that I want to be sexist, because I get slated when my wife opens gates or my wife cooks food or anything like that. Oh my word. But anyway, we're a 50-50 partnership and we both are, but so don't get too hung up on that. But inside it's got awesome stuff inside. Fridges, freezers, air fryers, dishwashers, the works. Here I've got an outside kitchen as well. I've gone for the National Luna double. It's got a freezer and a fridge, which is quite nice. A 90 litre. It's got the freezer, a double section freezer there, and it's also got fridges here, which is nice. Keep all the beers cold and the ice cold out here. Also a nice place to hide meat when you're taking it to places that you shouldn't have it, because they don't often look in here. Here we've got this is a drawer system here also, that I can keep all utensils and everything there, in there. And then here we've got an outdoor. We've got it inside as well. We've got gas inside as well, but we've also got a gas cooker out here. So if you're outside, and which South Africans, we spend most of our time outside, we've got a gas cooker here, which is awesome. And then we've also got a table that unlocks and comes out here. So we've got a prep table here that we can use here as well, which just locks away there. And then over here we've got sorry, let me put that away. And then underneath here we've got cups, saucers, full kitchen setup there as well, which is quite nice. You don't have to keep going inside. On this side here, I've got a pull out. I'll just take this off here. I can't do it now, but I pull this out, and it's got a basin which I can fill up with my water here. I've got a nozzle that pulls out here, hot and cold water, which is awesome there. That pulls out there. Outdoor shower. I've also got a set of plugs out here for outdoors. Got a full set of plugs there that works off your auxiliary batteries. So if we need to plug anything in here, that's all that. We've also got a set of plugs here. There are plugs and chargers everywhere in this truck, which is really awesome. Got USBs, 2-prong, 3-prong there. Right. I've spoken about that shower outlet over here. I've got here. This is my. I'll keep my jack in here. I'll keep my all my tire pressure stuff. I've also got a built-in compressor, so I'll just flick it on here. You can hear it there. It loads up the cylinder, and I can fill up all my tires with air, deflate, inflate as I need to with that, which is pretty awesome. Nice little place just to keep all of that. In here I've got a big storage space. It goes right through to the other side. So we keep our chairs in here, extra wood. I keep my a power drill in there. I keep all sorts of things. I've got a little mini chainsaw in there in case we get somewhere where we have to saw away some branches and stuff. Got my extensions, just general stuff, wine, drinks, extra gas bottles, that sort of stuff there. It goes right through and also opens from the other side. I'll show you that now, which is quite nice. And then at the back here, we've put this ladder on, which just unclips and drops down, which allows us to climb up to the top there if we want a better viewing for game viewings, or if we want to sit up there and have sundowners, or if I need to get up there and clean the solar panels and that sort of stuff. Back tire, I only carry one tire. My first trip up through Africa, my Defender, I carried 2 spare tires. Yeah, I made the call that the weight and the space it takes up, for me, didn't justify carrying an extra tire. I am quite easy where I go and that. I know people will say you need 2 tires, but spare tires, but I've opted for the one. Right decision or wrong decision, I don't know. But so far we live with it and it's good for us. We've got a winch up there, 350 kg winch, which just helps me. I'm getting old and frail. So that helps me hook up here and just take it down when I need to. So no remote control. This is just a cage for firewood. Just load our firewood and our charcoal in there. We've got jerry cans up here. I've got 2 25-litre jerry cans up there for when we go into remote areas and we need. We've got our Max Tracks here, which have been invaluable. This is my second lot of 4 that I've been through. The first lot we cracked up in Gonorrhea. Got stuck for 3 hours and I cracked them up and I couldn't fit them back on, so I replaced them. We also got stuck now in the pans on these, but they did last out of the pans, and I've managed to salvage them and still use them. One's a little bit twisted and warped, but they have been invaluable and they've helped a lot. They're not meant for big weight trucks, but they've handled this weight pretty well. Got the tow bar on the back, got the recovery points on the back, which are obviously attached to the chassis. You'll see little nozzles over here. Those are for tiny little airbags on the suspension that I've got, which basically are all part of the whole setup of the subframe, which allows the whole body to roll without cracking off the cab. It's quite an ingenious system that Hein and his team at AC Motorhomes have developed over the years, and it's been brilliant. This truck has been places, honestly, that I would not have imagined it to be, and it's handled it so well. This is the other side, obviously, that goes right through. This over here is also just another little thing. I keep all my towing straps. I've got a massive towing strap here, a big, heavy duty one, as you can see. I've got other shackles, D-ring shackles, soft shackles, the works in there, just for any recoveries that you might need. Always better to be prepared, you know. You don't want to get stuck somewhere and have to wait for someone to come along with a tow strap or something. So over here, okay, this over here is my spare water tank. So we carry 150 liters, 120. 150 liters.
130 in the spare.
Yeah, 150 liters. Sorry, this is the spare one. So we carry 130 liters here. We just use that for showering. We don't use that for drinking water. We carry most of our drinking water. We buy our drinking water, or we just fill it up and we carry it around. This is basically for showering and cleaning and washing and all that sort of stuff. This over here is our outside toilet. We've got a flush toilet inside, which is linked up to our water tanks. It's a cassette toilet, so most of you will know it. It just slides out. You empty it every 3 or 4 days, depending on how you use it. And then you just fill it up with a little bit of chemical and you slot it back in again. And then it feeds from the toilet in there. It's got a system inside. Donna will show it to you, where you just sort of open it up, you do your toilet, you flush the toilet, you close it, and it all goes into the cylinder, which we empty there. Right, this one over here, this is where my gas coupling is all done. I keep my hose pipe in here and an ammo box also with all extras, oils and stuff like that. You can see we've got kettlebells here, which we haven't put too much use. We're supposed to do exercise every day, but we haven't really got around to doing that.
It's too hot.
I've got 2 gas bottles here that are linked to the gas that feeds the all the gas cookers inside, the gas cooker on the outside, and it also feeds the gas the Hansen geyser. We've got a Hansen geyser which either works off electricity, off battery power, or off gas, whatever you want. It's brilliant. I think it's a 20 liter geyser, and it's brilliant because when you're off and you're somewhere cold and you're in the desert or something, you've always got that that you can use gas with to heat up. This is just the exhaust for the, I just take the cap off when the gas geezer's on. It's just like an exhaust to let the gas out. This over here is obviously where we plug our mains, and when we get into mains and we want to plug in somewhere, we can plug in there, and then we can feed off the main grid. Here's my main water tank, 150 liters of main water in there. My diesel tank is just the normal one that comes with the truck. It's 100 liters, and then I've added another 80 liter tank, spare auxiliary diesel tank here, which works on a pump system. I can pump it across. It's not a natural feed. I pump it across whenever I need it. Under here, this is just part of the truck. It just helps me where I can just check the essentials. I can check the air filter, and I can check it's all stuck with mud, with sand and mud. Yeah, shows you when last I opened it. But there, so that's my spare fuel tank, my air filter. I can check my water levels in that there. To check the oil levels in that, I just check it through the seat, under the seat, and that's that. Lock this up. Yeah, I think that's about it. The cab is really nice, really simple. Got massive viewing through the cab. Step up here. You can put another smaller step here. We don't need to. I just grab on there, lift myself up. Don't have a problem with that.
The shocks.
What about the
Shocks.
Oh, the shocks. Yeah. So the shocks were, when we upgraded, we put extra leaves in because we needed to make the wheel arch bigger to give space for the bigger wheels, the bigger tires. So we put extra leaves in, extra leaf springs, and then we put extra shocks in, aftermarket shocks. At the back, I've got the old Ironman foam cell shocks for the Land Cruiser, which work really well at the back. And in the front, I've gone with the MAN F2000 truck shocks. Brilliant. Can't fault them. At first I had weaker shocks in the front, and we were getting a lot of bounce, especially in Botswana. You know, those bumpy roads on the tar, and it's not pleasant when you're doing 80 k's an hour and you hit a bump like that and it bounce all over. But these MAN shocks, fitted for me by Tread Check, Tyron Lepan and his team down in Port Shepstone, are wonderful. I think that's about it, guys. Yeah, I think that's about it. Outside, we've got outside lights. We've got an outside light here that goes to white and orange. On this side here, we've got two lights that go to white and orange, whatever we want them on. I've got a two-way VHF radio system inside. That's my aerial for my VHF radio. It gets nice height, so we get nice talking distance with it. I think that's about it. But anyway, here's to the view. We're going to head back to Baluli now. Go and start up a fire. We're going to do some rum steak on the braai, and have a nice cold beer. I think we deserved it. 40-degree heat. It's been a good day in the park.